Welcome back to Manosphere Daily, your go-to source for truth bombs and real talk the mainstream won't touch. Today's topic. It's a big one, the end of remote jobs. Female remote workers are getting fired and laid off. The remote work wave that so many rode like a luxury cruise ship is now crashing on the shore of reality, and guess who's scrambling? We're breaking down why the remote job era is drying up, and why so many female workers are feeling the heat. Before we get into it, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our daily drops. And don't keep this gold to yourself, share the video and let your friends in on the truth.
Worked for white men, not everyone, and certainly not women.
Ending remote work and work from home jobs is only bad for women and underrepresented groups. Please watch the video that I stitched. It has some really amazing points in it. And I think that when we're thinking about return to office and all of this crazy stuff, it really just shows that everybody who wants to return to the office wants to go back to the way things were, and that's not in our best interest. During the pandemic, we saw productivity increasing. We saw a lot of people being able to get opportunities they wouldn't have been able to pursue otherwise. Working mothers had an easier time. And so returning to the office really just helps the people who own the office building, so the CEOs, and men who have women at home and wives that support them. When I went freelance and was able to work for myself on my own schedule and work from home, my entire life changed. My quality of life, everything improved. You can get the skills that you need to go freelance and own your schedule and work from home. Check out my videos or go to my profile for more.
You gotta love the irony. These were the same women who bragged about working from home in pajamas, sipping lattes at 11 a.m., and flexing how they could take meetings from bed.
Well, second time in a year, almost a year to the day, I got laid off again. Twice in a year. And, what the what is anyone supposed to do? And they said, because of the economy is crap right now. So, we're gonna lay off a whole bunch of people again. And I already was struggling so hard, actually low-key, to even keep the current roof over my head. And now I have no idea how I'm even going to get through the next few hours. I just don't understand. But yeah, the economy is shit. America is shit right now. I feel like there's a really big plan for them to, tank this so that we have to rely on other things, other people. And I'm quite frankly tired of it. I'm tired of my livelihood being in other people's hands. And I have no idea how to fix that, but I'm going to, because this is just wild. And I'm angry more than I am hurt or sad. I am scared. I have no idea where any of my bills are gonna come from, the money. I'm more angry than anything because I just cannot even believe I used to be able to get a job like the week later if I got laid off. I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I was really hoping at one point I would make money on TikTok, and I still only have 1,500 followers or whatever. So if you could just blow this up and let's get 10,000 followers plus whatever. Because I might be homeless in a week or two if I can't figure it out.
Well, not how I wanted to start my 2025. I was just laid off. This is actually the first time I've ever been laid off, so I don't really know what to even do or how to process anything. I just dropped off my laptop. It sucks the most because I seriously was only at this company for 2 months. I literally got this job in October and loved every single second of it. Unfortunately, the company was acquired and a lot of us were let go. Nothing you can do about it, but it definitely sucks. I have no idea what I want to do. I don't know if I want to even keep working for a company or what. I got my real estate license back in early October. I'm like, maybe I should just pursue that. but I also really liked the idea of having like a stable income with a job. I'm also getting married this year and have lots of expenses, so yeah.
Now the job market said, cool story, but we need results, and suddenly it's mass panic.
Want to know the real reason why companies are asking you to go back into the office? Not because you're more productive in the office, it's not because of team culture, it's because of this. They're gonna lose a lot of money if you continue working from home. These CEOs, these investors, these top leadership of these billion-dollar companies have so much of their assets tied up in real estate. So the more you don't use it, the more their value goes down. Now you know.
Turns out, constantly posting TikToks about self-care during office hours wasn't a long-term career strategy.
It's just really hard for me, and yeah, I don't know. Just pray for us, pray for my family, pray for my kids, and also pray for all the other employees that are going to be affected by this. I got laid off today. So getting laid off was obviously not in my cards for 2025 or any time in the near future. I've been with my company for almost 6 years. It would have been 6 years in March. So to say that I'm heartbroken is such an understatement. I have 3 kids. I don't know what the future looks like for us. I've never been laid off before, so this is really, really hard for me. I'm not a crier. But I've always left a job on my own terms, and I actually left my last job to start up, like get the company that I worked with recently, like off the ground and running. They were already like pretty established, but we were really, really, really small when we started. And, you know, just over the years we grew, and, you know, they became really successful. So I'm happy for their success, but I'm just at a loss for words. Like, I just don't know where to go from here. I don't know how to like cope with like the grief. I have to drop my laptop off by Monday, and I'm just trust.
Who knew? They treated remote work like a paid vacation with Wi-Fi, and now they're shocked it didn't last.
So I've been seeing on my TikTok how so many people have been getting laid off, you know, with federal jobs just across the board, right? And I'm sitting here like, you know, this won't happen to me. I'm not a federal employee. I work for a medical equipment company that's based in Ohio. They just laid us off and offered us severance packages. I didn't even make a year, y'all. I just had left Apple as a supervisor, a tier 2 supervisor, because this job offered, you know, had great benefits. Just, I'm not one of those that's going to come on here and cry, so I'm really holding back tears. I'm not one of those that cry on the internet, y'all, but what's going on is real, and I don't know what's going on, but
Companies started asking questions like, what exactly do you do again? And now it's crickets.
It's finally time to spill the tea on how I was let go from my 9-to-5 job while on my honeymoon. I don't know why I'm so nervous to talk about this. I was at this company for 5 years. My mom worked at the company for 35 years. Even though I was let go so easy, I still felt some sort of loyalty. We're spilling the tea now. Essentially, I was 3 days over my PTO for my honeymoon, and I was under the impression, based on multiple conversations, that we might be able to work something out because I would be out a lot of money switching this honeymoon around because we didn't buy trip insurance. I was told on the Thursday or Friday before I left, if I moved forward with my honeymoon and I took those 3 days extra that I did not have, that my company would take that as my resignation, which, by the way, you can't do that. You can either fire them or they can resign. You can't tell someone they're resigning. It doesn't work that way. And I told them I was not resigning. I would be back on this day, and I would also be working from my honeymoon on those days. On the day that I was supposed to be due back to work, I was on my email, sending things out, doing my job. The next day, I get a text from a coworker asking what's going on. And I said, what do you mean? He proceeded to let me know that an email was sent out that I was no longer working for the company, which was news to me because nobody reached out to me to tell me that. To find out that I was fired with no contact from anybody. Didn't know what to do. I was still on my honeymoon, so I waited 3 more days until I got home. Figured surely the Monday that I told them I would be back in my home office, something would come up. I didn't hear anything Monday and I didn't hear anything Tuesday, and I had no access to any of my emails. Thank the good Lord I didn't book any of my honeymoon on my work email, or it would have been completely screwed. I wouldn't have had access to any of my documents to get back into the United States. So I don't hear anything. So I obviously have to reach out to my HR from my own personal email. And that's when they proceeded to tell me that my last day at the company was a week prior. So fast forward 3 weeks, I am talking with the state, I'm talking with EDD. I had to do a 30-minute interview. I'm trying to figure out some options and what's going on. And after the 30-minute interview, I'm told that even though my company said that they would mark me as terminated, they told the state of California that I quit due to personal reasons. Luckily, the state of California, what companies say as surface level, that is why they do intensive interviews. They told me that after 5 years, only asking for 3 additional unpaid days off, and for and I quote, very important life event, I should have been granted those days and I should not have been fired over it. I think it was a push I needed to go full time with content creation. And I'm honestly really grateful that it played out the way it did. And I know in a year from now, I'll look back and be like, thank God that I got fired.
Maybe the next job search will come with a side of humility and a real alarm clock. The remote fantasy is ending, and the reality check is right on time.
I just got let go from my job as part of organizational shifts and return to office. As you guys know, I've been a remote employee for the past 5 years, really since the beginning of the pandemic. And I'm crying not because I'm sad that I got let go. Obviously, the instability of losing an income always sucks. What sucks most about being let go is somebody taking control out of your hands. I always preach internally and here at home that we have got to be the people in the driving seat of our futures, of our careers. And when a company takes that control out of your hands, it sucks, because all of a sudden the plan that you had, the roadmap that you were on board for, is gone. Now you've got to start over. I am incredibly upset and frustrated. There have been several shifts in the company in this last couple of months that I just knew the writing was on the wall, and I knew my time was coming. Always be prepared for the unexpected, because ultimately companies will always put themselves first. And as much as you want to believe that you're part of the family, you like the people you work with, it's a business transaction. It's a business contract, and you've got to handle it as such.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.